Three things I'd like to talk about. One, military certification and licensure reciprocity. Two, data. And three, the National Guard Youth Challenge Program. So first off, I've appreciated your partnering with me on fixing Pennsylvania's teacher licensure laws for military spouses and veterans, and really very helpful, and working with me as well for bar reciprocity for military spouses. But we know that there are many men and women who leave their military service having earned licenses and certifications. Can you describe for us what department initiatives are currently underway to remove hurdles for military veterans who desire to earn a living here in Pennsylvania, for which they received training in the military and applied that training in their military specialties?
Yes, ma'am. We're very excited. We've made a lot of progress this year. We're partnering with the Department of State. So essentially, I sat down with Secretary Bookbar and said, how many licenses, and I forget, she told me it was 800 or some licenses that they offer. And we started looking at the list, and I said, just about every license on that list, we have a military specialty that corresponds with that. And she agreed, and we developed this great partnership. She actually put a team of there's 4 or 5 people on her staff that have been working on this. It's an ongoing project all year. And they are scrubbing the military occupational specialties of every single service, all of them, which is a huge undertaking. And they're looking for where those specialties connect with the licenses that they give. So we're looking at each one of those. And we're using the example as, there are some people that have military qualifications and a great deal of military experience that could walk right into Pennsylvania and have the knowledge, the certification and the know-how to do that job as licensed, but under current law have to go through the Pennsylvania process or pay the Pennsylvania fee. So we're looking for a number of those to be able to just say, you get a Pennsylvania license because we show these military credentials, you get the license. On some of them, we're going to need some sort of proof of knowledge because of the career field that they happen to be. So we're talking about developing some sort of testing. Whereas you have this military specialty, you come to Pennsylvania, you take the test, you pass the test, you get the license. Others might be a show of expertise. Might be a heavy equipment operator or something that just needs to show that they know how to operate that equipment, and then Pennsylvania would do the license. And in some cases, we have barriers that require a degree. Well, in the military, you don't require a degree to have that specialty. Some of our combat medics don't actually have a degree in nursing or anything, but in Pennsylvania, require that degree. And she's helping us partner with some educational institutions in Pennsylvania that would develop a program specifically for those military people to be able to get that degree, which is the barrier. So we've been doing that ongoing. The Department of State also is undergoing a survey right now. They rolled it out during the farm show, and they'll be doing a survey for the rest of this year for all veterans to talk about their transition experience from military service to civilian service. So we're very excited about what we're doing with the Department of State right now. They've really jumped in with both feet, and we think after all these studies are done, we're gonna be able to tie a number of direct licenses to military service, and really going to abbreviate that transition in Pennsylvania, which I think is extremely important.
Do we have a timeline for when this will be accomplished? Because the constant concern that I hear from businesses back home in York County and all across the Commonwealth is we're struggling to find people to fill the jobs, and we're struggling to find people with the right skills to fill the jobs. I believe that many of the people who are coming out of military service have the skills that they need, and there's nothing that makes a military family's transition to civilian life more successful than a good job. Any timeline?
Yes, ma'am. I think it's another year before we have the results of the survey and the study to be able to show what the licensing. But that's just the licensing piece. We can still work. We're still working on efforts in the employment piece, the PA Vet Connect piece. We have found employers that are military/veterans friendly. That, for instance, the Pennsylvania Guard Association, which is a sister association of our National Guard, they have a website that is made up of business owners who want to hire guardsmen and want to hire veterans. So they've agreed to post all their one-ad listings on this particular website, which we're advertising to our guardsmen and to veterans, saying, well, hey, here's companies that are specifically putting listings out there for veterans and military people. So we continue to do other things like that.
I'm running low on time, but I just want to say this about data. Clearly, data-informed decisions are very important. With regard to veteran suicide, that we don't have that kind of data to understand what's driving it and how we can solve it, it is a great concern. Additionally, with the governor's reduction of $150 million to your outreach, I think having good data is going to help drive good decision-making for your department, and I look forward to hearing from you about what kind of data needs you have and how we can go about working on that together. So thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.